What's up, everybody? Welcome to a very special edition of the Rock Fantasy Files. Here we have episode number three, I believe it is, of Rank and File. And this is a really cool episode because Ovi and I and Kristian all love this band. We are going to rank the Megadeth albums. Very excited for this. We
Yeah,
actually, the three of us kind of started this before the Ozzy ranking. And then unfortunately the passing of Ozzy happened. So we put it on hold and said, all right, let's do the Ozzy ranking first, and then we'll go back to the Megadeth records. So I, for one, am very fucking stoked about this. We got my boy Kristian from Connecticut,
hey,
and we've got Ovi from Norway, the vampire sitting up all night long, and we are going to rank the Megadeth album. So we're going to go in two cycles, and being that there's 16 records, we're going to give our bottom eight first, and then we're going to give our top eight. What does everybody think? Sound good? Good.
sounds good.
Excellent.
Works for me.
All right, so Ovi, I know you love this band so much. I do too. I know Kristian does as well, but I'm going to let you go first because you're a massive Megadeth fan. So let's get
Right,
your
right, right.
bottom eight.
Yes, this was so really interesting. I thought I had it all, but then yeah, I had to do some adjustments. Uh,
Yeah, same.
uh,
There's a lot of albums that surprised me going back to them that I thought I didn't like that now I like.
yeah, I'm gonna start with my 16. It's gonna be cryptic writings because I remember back in '96, I was so stoked because I was just starting to be a Megadeth fan after '94 and euthanasia and cryptic writings came in like strange because it's I know it didn't sound anything like Megadeth really to me at that time, and I mean it's they don't have a bad album really, but this is album I just the artwork wasn't anything good. I thought they changed the logo, the perfect awesome Megadeth logo was turned into something else. I don't know what was the deal. I just didn't get a weird vibe at all. But the last songs like Fight for Freedom, I guess, and Vortex and She-Wolf was the ones that I liked the best then, and I found out today latest that it's still my favorite songs from that album. Number 15 is gonna be another one that was kind of like left turn that I didn't expect either. Back, I guess it's 10 years now, almost. I guess it's Super Collider. I mean, the artwork is. I don't know how exciting can it be a Super Collider to look inside. I mean, there could be some cooler things you can put on the artwork and put that artwork like inside in the middle of the booklet or something. Yes. Uh, as for the songs, I remember liking Built for War. I still like it. Don't Turn Your Back. Um, Surprisingly enough, my favorite song turned out to be Dancing in the Rain.
Yeah, it's a good song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then this is kind of like a little thing that's hooked up to my bottom pick, I guess, because 13 is my number 14. Uh, I thought it was a really good album, but it's like and We the People is a really cool song and really good chorus and really cool stuff. But then you have New World Order, which is from the Euthanasia recordings.
Right.
So they could have put, and I could have gone that direction with the next album after Euthanasia instead of Cryptic Writings. It's also Millennium of the Blind is on this one, which they also recorded under those sessions. That could easily been on Cryptic Writings, but I don't know. The songs are really good because we heard the demos on like on a 2004 remaster, I guess.
That's
And
right.
and the demos was so really good, but letting them mold so long as until 13, I don't feel they have the same impact as they had back on the demos. There's something missing really, but the songs are good, but still.
Yeah, I think those demo versions actually, and going through this exercise, I actually listened to those. I'm like, wait a minute, these are on like a later album, but they actually did. I had no idea those songs from back then, but I agree. I think those demo versions, there's a little bit more, I don't know, a little bit more to them than the ones on 13. So,
It's more
Yeah,
raw.
so,
yeah.
yeah. Number 13 is gonna be The Sick, the Dying, and the Dead. I personally hate the artwork. I think it's pure shit. But I don't know. Even the artist did sue Megadeth for I don't know loss of royalties or whatever, something they wasn't satisfied with. I mean, it's Megadeth that should have sued him. It should have been the other way around. I mean, because it's not a very cool. I think it doesn't fit with
It's not the greatest Megadeth artwork ever. Not at all. Not at all.
is trying to be adept in a lot of things going on, but it turns out so flat. It's like you're pushing it towards a window or something.
Yeah.
Uh, but there are some cool songs on the album. I was really happy when it came because they have picked up the pace, which was thing I really liked. But um, I hopefully now with the album coming up now, they've kept the pace, and the new guitar player has challenged Dave to do something more because Dave really needs a counter guitar player that keeps him on the spot, like Marty Freeman, Chris Poland. They really challenged him, so they put the best, uh, put like made him make the best albums. And if they have like a Nightingale or like a person that just listens to him and play, like no offense to Keiko, but I feel Keiko doesn't. I don't think he did challenge Dave enough. He has the skill to be more challenging to him, but I don't think Keiko really. As for Chris, I think he is more like the silent type, so he may challenge him a little more on a different level, but still, I hope the new guitar player because I saw him live now just a last couple of months ago, and the new guitar player, man, he played the ass of that guitar. It was so cool to watch. So I'm excited for what's coming. The songs is Dogs of Chernobyl. I thought was really cool about the dogs that was left behind after Chernobyl accident in '86, but they just left everything like of dogs and stuff. So Mission to Mars, I also really like because it's such a cool guitar riff and the lyrics and it's so cool and at the same time, but it just has such a cool atmosphere in the beginning and towards the song. Uh, my favorite song is Celebutant and Celebutant. If you like a certain type of entertainment on certain pages, you'll know what the word means in a
Yes.
different context. If you just look it up on a word dictionary, you'll you'll get what it's called, but I don't think you get the context this one is referring to. Uh, yes. Number 12 is gonna be Risk. Uh, I didn't like this album at all when it came out. I was even more disappointed than Cryptic Writings at the time, so I didn't listen to it for a good while. I bought it, of course, since I've been a Megadeth fan and all, but I always felt now in later years it should have been a Dave Mustaine soul album because it has like The good thing about the album is that it shows Dave Mustaine's wider range of taste in music and what he can do with acoustic, what he can do with different song structures of the album and so forth. I really like the Wonderlass and Prince of Darkness is a really good one. Why haven't I put down my favorite song on album? I gotta check it fast here. What I did decide on because I probably had something in my head that this is probably the best song, and then I must have changed my mind. The artwork too was really bad. I mean, it's
Yeah, the artwork's fucking terrible.
but the re-release one it was pretty cool. The one
Yeah, the
with
re-released artwork was
with the
better.
eagle
Yeah,
and
I like that better than the original one because at least they put the regular Megadeth logo back on it.
that helps a lot too.
Oh yeah,
I think the beginning, time, the end, the two end tracks, or if I could cheat, probably Duke Nukem theme.
yeah. There you go. Yeah, that's from that same era.
Yep, so that's a really cool one. Then we are number 11. That's for me is going to be an album that is probably much ranking higher to both you guys and probably a lot of people in the comment section is going to be United Abominations. It comes out in 2007. Um, I like the album. I know it's a very popular one. For me personally, I think the artwork is it's kind of strange. I mean, I like the logo, I like the colors, I like that part, but Vic looks strange. It's like an angel of. Oh, there you go. That's something else right there.
Yeah,
That
it's
would be.
weird.
Yeah.
It's weird. They put human skin on them. It's fucking weird.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really weird.
The songs though, because they have the Dover brothers, they have the drummer Sean, and they have the brother on guitar. So that's pretty cool. It's a good guitar player. I don't know
Yes.
why the I don't know why the I met Sean Drover when I was on meet and greet and stuff. Really cool dude. I don't know what happened to his brother, but he jumped ship. Songs I like is Pay for Blood, and of course I like the song was I think was the first song we heard from the album. I possibly was Gears of War for the Gears of War
Yes.
album game, and it's such a cool opening riff. I mean the Gears of War opening riff. It's Stay Mustaine perfection right there. Uh,
Yes.
the song I really like best though is still it's not Black Swan, but that you got on when you pre-ordered the album. You got Black Swan, Burnt Ice, last track on the album.
Mm.
Yeah, it's Kazon.
Yeah, Black Ice is awesome. Burnt Ice, sorry. Um, Number 10 for me is gonna be when they got back to the form they are currently in Dystopia. They got back Dave Jr. and yeah, the artwork is really cool. I
Almost
got
has a countdown to extinction vibe with the artwork.
yeah,
But yeah.
I have the long box that you can and with some goggles and stuff. I
Yes.
have the vinyl, different stuff. I got the hoodie. I got almost all the merch from that era. It's a really cool time. Um, the songs I would like best though is Death from Within and Post American World. It's a really good one. But I find that my favorite song is kind of a cool one. It's not often talked about. It's The Emperor.
Yes, that's a good tune. Absolutely.
It's kind of a funny thing on the first line of the chorus and so forth. But yeah, I just it was just it stuck out from the rest of the album, so it's really cool. Number 9 is going to be my last one now in the first round, right?
Yes.
Yes.
I thought we
That's
were going up to 8.
Huh?
I thought we were going up to 8, right?
Well, we're doing 8 and 8 because it's 16, so we're going 16 to 9
Oh,
and
okay.
8 to 1.
Yeah, right. Okay.
My number 9 is going to be
Thanks
an
for correcting my
album.
math.
It's going to be an album that's, I guess, it's kind of it's a in between album, kind of like, because it's the first album we got the live DVD right after, and it's kind of also a big tour, but it's kind of a rocky area, I guess, because it led up to the breakup of Megadeth in for a while, and that's The World Needs a Hero. Because they released that album, they released that live DVD with the bed that's falling down from
Rude
the
Awakening.
skyscraper. Yeah,
Mm.
and then they were like, they ruined his hand, and it was like, it was for all and purposes and stuff. So it was the end.
Yes.
Luckily, it was not. But the album in itself, I thought it's a continuation of Risk, just with a harder edge. It still has a very wide range of sound. It's like they are putting elements that are not Megadeth, but just made it Megadeth. Thousand Times Goodbye, I thought was a really good one. Recipe for Hate, a War Horse, is also another good one. Sorry. But the coolest one I thought is the end track. I think it's the longest Megadeth song ever made, and it's When.
When, yeah. That's right.
I don't think there's a longer Megadeth song.
No. No, that's definitely the longest track.
Yes. So that's 16 to 9 for me.
Excellent.
All right.
Kristian,
What's up?
16 to 9.
16 to 9. So so with Megadeth, I mean, yeah, they were probably one of the first, not the very first, but one of the first bands that I really like got into a lot when I started getting into metal. And there was a period of time where I kind of jumped off the Megadeth train. And then I didn't get back on till probably around the time Dystopia came out, to be honest. And then kind of from there, I kind of backfilled like the rest of the other albums. So my ranking will probably reflect that a little bit. Um,
That's on it.
so coming in at number 16 for me, it's probably what I'm sure a lot of people would put this at the bottom of the list. Well, that's going to be Risk. Um, it's like Obie was saying, I know he ranked it a lot higher, but it almost doesn't sound like it's a Megadeth album. Just a lot of the different elements and the types of songs and everything. There's nothing on there I personally really like too much. I do like the song Prince of Darkness, I think is an all right song. And I like the intro to Crush the intro song leading into Crusher, or not Crusher, or Crush 'em.
Crush 'em.
Yeah.
Premiere. It's
Like
the
it sounds like
soundtrack
it's going to be like a
for.
really badass song, but then like Crush 'em, it just, I don't know,
Yeah.
it doesn't quite do it. And I think if I remember correctly, I think wasn't that song like in one of the wrestling it was on Monday, I think it was WC Monday Nitro, one of the
It was
wrestlers
on
had his like
Nitro. Bill Goldberg used to
gold,
come out
right, yes. Okay. I remember it was on there. I didn't remember which
because Bill
wrestler.
Goldberg was in Universal Soldier 2, which that was on the soundtrack for.
Mhm.
Ah, okay. That makes sense now. Yeah.
Yep.
Ah,
As if
yeah.
we needed a second Universal Soldier movie.
I never saw the first one, man. So,
Yeah,
First
the
one's
first
good.
one kind of stunk too.
all right. Yep. So coming in number 15 for me is going to be the one that follows that, and it's The World Needs a Hero. Again, this was at this period I had already kind of jumped off the train a little bit. And I remember like I heard the song Moto Psycho when it came out, and I thought that was a
Mhm.
dumb song title, and I didn't like that song. I don't know if anyone else here really likes it or anyone else watching, but I was kind of like, okay, I'm not missing much there. Um, but going back and listening to it, the Recipe for a Hate Warhorse, I do like that song. And I think the first Disconnect, I think, is the first track on that album. That one's
A
all right.
Yeah.
really good one.
And but nothing else on that album really does anything for me. Um, so that's that. Coming in at number 14 is going to be The System Has Failed. Um, it was cool that they got Chris Poland back to do a couple songs. Um, the first couple of tracks in this album I like a lot, Blackmail the Universe and Kick the Chair, are both really good songs. The rest of the album doesn't do much for me. This album, it sounded like they were trying to get their groove back, but they weren't quite there yet. Um, so that's number 14. Number 13 is going to be Super Collider. Again, it was one of those albums where, like Obie was saying before, it took a left turn again after doing, some more traditional thrash type albums. But there's some good moments on here. The opening track, Kingmaker, I think is a great song. Built for War is a good one. The one, I think, you mentioned this before, Dance in the Rain, that's a really cool song. I like that weird, I don't know, just that weird part, like in the second half of the song, just sounds, I
Hmm.
don't know, it's cool sounding.
Yep.
And then coming up, so that was what, number 14, 13, number 12, Cryptic Writings. Um, so this album, this is where I kind of started to jump off the train a little bit because it wasn't, I do remember at the time, like a lot of the songs were like on alternative rock radio,
Yeah.
which kind of surprised me. You
They
would
were on
expect it.
120 minutes on MTV, which was really like a grunge channel.
Yeah, yeah. I remember the alternative station here, Radio 104, like played those songs like all the time, Almost Honest and
Trust.
Trust, yep. Use the Man. Um, but yeah, I didn't buy this CD when it came out because I was I, because I had a couple friends who bought it, so I heard the songs all the time, plus hearing it on the radio. Um, but there are some really good songs, even though they were kind of sounded more like an alternative band. It's like they were still heavy. Um, She Wolf, I think, is a great song. The last track, FFF, is pretty good. I did use the man. I like that song, and the Disintegrators is another one that's pretty good on here. The rest of it I can kind of take or leave it. So that's number 12. So I think we're going to number 11. And that for me is going to be The Sick, the Dying, and the Dead. Um, there are some really killer songs on here, I think. Like the first three tracks on here, the title track, Life in Hell, and Night Stalkers are pretty cool. I like that he brought Ice-T on in Night Stalkers, and I think there's a couple videos for this, and where there's I think Night Stalkers, and then what's the other? I think was it We'll Be Back? They also did a music video for
Yeah,
that,
there's a video for
and
that
they're
too.
pretty good. I mean, they're like really violent, and it's like watching them, like, man, this was
Yeah,
banned from MTV back in the day. I don't know if
definitely.
I don't even know what MTV does now, or MTV2 or any of that, but
They
uh,
sucked it anyway.
yeah, well, of course, so I guess it doesn't matter. But yeah, so like those tracks I like, Soldier On, I think is a really cool song, Celebutante. Mission to Mars is kind of like a funny one because it's like
Hmm.
some of the lyric when he's saying like, one of the verses, like I wanna, I'm like, what the fuck is it? But then it's like the end part of the song where it gets like really fast, like it's like, okay, yeah, I kind of like that. So yeah, We'll Be Back. That's another good one there. So next up on my list is gonna be Dystopia. This is where I kind of jump back on the train because I remember seeing it, coming out, seeing the advertising. I'm like, wow, it's a cool album cover. Maybe I should go back and listen to all the Megadeth albums and see what I missed out. And I'm like, oh damn, there are some good ones here. Um, but yeah, this one, I would say most of the songs on this album are really damn good. I like Fatal Illusion,
Hmm.
um, Lion in State, uh, Death from Within. title track, The Threat Is Real. I even kind of like the cover song at the end, Foreign Policy.
Yeah, cool
And
one.
Megadeth did I mean, a lot of their albums they do cover songs. Um, yeah, I mean, I think like the first 3 or 4 albums, first three, they were doing cover songs on all those.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a pretty cool one. So where am I at now? So that's one, two, three. Right. You might have to help me with math again here. 16, 15, 14,
So
13,
we're going from
11,
16 to
10.
9.
All right, so Dystopia was my 10, so now I'm going to go to number 9.
There you
Mine
go.
as well.
I probably should have numbered my list here, but that's all right.
All good.
So,
This stuff, that was my number 10 too, so you're doing good.
all right. So number 9 for me is going to be 13. Another
Ooh.
one that I think is a pretty good one. Um, most of the songs on here I like. Sudden Death, Whose Life Is It Anyway, We the People,
Mhm.
Fast Lane, that's a cool one. Black Swan, Millennium of the Blind. Um, yeah, there's a lot of really good ones here. Um, and yeah, I guess that's my 16 through 9.
All right. So I guess we're to me.
Yeah.
Mhm. Bottoms up.
My number 16 is not going to be a surprise to anybody, and it's Risk.
Mhm.
I fucking that album. I got it the day it came out and have been nothing but disappointed by it. It's the only one I don't own anymore. I did own it at one point because I did go and buy it. But there's Prince of Darkness is okay. It's livable. But the rest of that album, I just do not care for at all. And I tried, going back buying that album. I was a teenager when that came out. So it's like when you go and buy a new CD, you're spending good money when you're a teenager, man. So it was one of those things where like I just played it over and over and I really I wanted to like it because I love Megadeth. And it just still to this day, I went back and listened to it for this exercise, and there's just nothing on it that makes me go, oh, I actually kind of like that. Prince of Darkness is okay, but I don't even really give a shit about it. So honestly, Risk is the one and only Megadeth I don't own and I don't care for. All the rest of the albums I own and I actually like quite a bit. So Risk is my number 16. Number 15 for me is The Sick, the Dying, and the Dead.
Mhm.
Um, uh, there's parts of this album I really like. I like the title track. I like We'll Be Back is really cool. I like how it's almost kind of two songs in one because it gets really fast at the end and brutal. But my favorite one on this one, actually, you guys both mentioned, is Celebiatine. I really like
Yeah.
the music and the lyrics to that one, man. That's a fucking really good, well written song. There's just nothing about this one that makes me really want to go back to it often. I really don't reach for it. It's in my collection, but it just kind of sits there, and it's only an album that I go back to when I've played the other ones out. So it's
Yeah.
just kind of there. My number 14 is going to be United Abominations.
Mm.
I met them when this album came out.
No, yeah.
And saw them open for Heaven and Hell. And the deal
Mhm.
was if you bought this and if you bought the Black Sabbath with Dio Greatest Hits, you got to meet Megadeth before the show, and then you got to meet Black Sabbath after the show. So me and my buddies went early and we showed up and bought both CDs. And I've told the story on here multiple times. It really wasn't a cool experience at all. Dave Mustaine was really a fucking dick. James Lomenzo was awesome. And the Drover brothers were both pretty cool, but Dave was a dick. Um, and that really has no bearing on how I feel about the album. Like, even though that experience left a bad taste in my mouth, I just kind of feel like this album is sort of okay. I went back to it a few times during this and was like, man, I got this one signed. Like, this one has to be good. And I just went back to it, and there wasn't too much about it that really fucking wowed me. My favorite songs off this one are Washington Is Next. I like that one a
Mhm.
lot. And like Ovi said, I really dig Gears of War. Is very cool. That's a great song. And they played that live when I saw them that night, and it was fucking badass. And I really like the remake of A Tout Le Monde with Christina Scabi on vocals. I think it's fucking fantastic. So those are my three top favorite tracks.
If it's been up to Megadeth, that song would have been on the album. It would have been a B-side. It's the record company that insisted on having that song on the album.
On doing
Hmm.
the remake?
Yes, the remake was something he just did. He didn't want it on the album because doesn't really match with the rest.
Oh
But
wow.
the record label, they wanted a single, I guess, and they wanted it on the album. So
Hmm.
That makes sense because I think at that point Lacuna Coil was still on Roadrunner, right? Yeah, so
yeah,
that makes sense. Is they probably kind of forced her in the door and was like, "Hey, redo the song and let her sing," because she was a big hot thing at that point too. Like, yeah, the Lacuna Coil was massive at that point. That makes sense. That's a cool
yeah.
little factoid that I didn't know though. My number 13 surprised the shit out of me because I could have swore it would have been number 15. But man, Super Collider is actually pretty fucking good. There's some moments on this that I really dig, and it shocked me. Like going back to when I first got this, I got this is another one. I got it the day it came out, and it disappointed me initially. But then going back for this episode and listening to it, I went, wow, I actually really like quite a bit of this. It's not going to be at the very bottom like I thought it was going to be. I really love Kingmaker. That's a great way to fucking kick a record off. Fantastic
I
song.
saw one live at that tour. I saw them. I saw them on that tour, and they had Kingmaker on it.
I would think they should have that song live because that's just a vicious tune. I really like
Mm.
Burn. Burn is a fantastic song. Great catchy chorus, very
Yeah.
good guitar stuff going on, and I really love their cover. And Ovi's wearing the t-shirt.
Yeah.
Love their cover of Cold Sweat. So good. So fucking good. It makes me like every time I hear it, I rewind it and rewind it. I play it the fuck out. Really killer. So yeah, that's one that actually
There's a
shocked me.
song. There's a song on that album called "Forget to Remember," and that's dedicated to his mom and Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that was dedicated to his mom. That's awesome. So that's my 13. Number 12 is going to be 13. Holy shit.
Mm.
This another really good one. I really love my favorite song on this is Public Enemy number 1. I go back to that track a lot. I really love that track.
A
Uh,
quick factoid, a little quick factoid. Do you have factoid about it?
I don't.
About that song? That song is recorded in a studio that was originally a safe house for Al Capone.
Oh wow.
Public, and he was also Public Enemy number 1. So
Yes, he was. That's pretty fucking cool. Look at Obie hitting us with the
Interesting.
Megadeth factoids. I love it.
Yeah.
Great tune. I also love Drugs, Guns, and Money. I love
yeah,
the way
that's a
that,
good one.
yeah, I love the way that opens up drinking cold cerveza. Love it. And I really love Black Swan off this as well. The shredding in it, the Chris Broderick
Hmm.
shredding throughout that song is just so good, man. So good. Yeah, this one doesn't get enough not enough love in my opinion.
I bought it on vinyl when it was because it was originally released on vinyl. It was released later, so I managed to get a copy of it back a few years ago. It's a double one.
Oh, it's a double vinyl.
Yeah.
That's cool. Number 11 for me is going to be The World Needs a Hero.
Hmm.
This is one I actually go back to pretty frequently. I really like Disconnect a lot. That's a great way to kick the record off. That's a good, catchy tune. I like 1,000 Times Goodbye as well. You know, even though it's a little bit of a cheesy relationship song, I really dig it. I like the riffs, I like the lyrics. It's very cool. Lots of stuff on this reminds me of cryptic writings and euthanasia. It's got sort of that vibe going on. It's like Dave sort of went back to that era to me. And I really think this is a great bounce back album after Risk, you know, because it's got some good metal shit on it. And my favorite tune on this one by far is Dreading a Fugitive Mind. Fucking
That one I heard
fantastic,
live. I heard it live a couple of months ago.
fantastic Megadeth song.
You have the censored artwork too, I see.
Yeah, well, this is the re release.
Ah,
This came out in 2019.
Hmm.
ah, something I don't
Yeah,
have. Interesting.
What did they change about the artwork on that one?
it's Vic is popping out of Dave Mustaine's chest. So you see, like, you know, Dave Mustaine laying there and he's like all bloody and gory, and this
Mhm.
Vic is popping out of Dave's chest. Kind of like the alien thing where the
Yeah,
fucking
that's what I was
alien's
thinking.
coming out of the chest. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had the original on cassette. That's why I got the 2019 version because I didn't
Oh,
have the
nice.
cassette anymore. My next one, number 10, is going to be So Far, So Good, So What?
Oh,
Hmm.
I do like this album, but I don't reach for it as often as I do the rest of the records that I rank after this. I don't know. I feel like Chuck Baylor's drumming is a little ho hum. It's kind of basic. I feel like some of the, I mean, you got Anarchy in the UK on here, and that's kind of meh. I don't really care for Hook and Mouth. It's not a bad song, but it's not a fantastic song. My favorite tunes on here are Set the World Afire. The first time I ever saw Megadeth live, they opened with that track, and holy shit, the pit went fucking insane for that. I really love In My Darkest Hour, of course, because that's about Cliff Burton. Fantastic song. And I really love Liar. The riffs in Liar are so vicious. Such a great, just kick you in the fucking gut thrash metal song. And the lyrics are awesome too. If you know, sit there and read the lyrics, pretty fucking great lyric writing by our boy Dave. But it's just
it's
as far as the classics go, I feel like it's my least favorite of the classic '80s Megadeth albums. I
Liar
just
is dedicated to Chris Poland.
Oh, Liar is dedicated
Yep.
to Chris
Yeah.
Poland.
Yeah, it was about Chris Poland.
Oh shit, I did not know that. I'm learning
In
Megadeth.
Dark in Darkest Hour is the first song that Dave wrote the whole song in one setting. That's the first because he heard Cliff Burton die and he wrote the whole song. It's the first song he wrote
Right.
from start to finish in one
Yeah.
setting. So
I
The
remember
video for
reading that in an interview that he gave quite a while ago. Yeah, that was like the first song he literally wrote from beginning to end in one sitting. It's pretty cool. Fantastic
yeah.
song.
And that also appeared in the Decline of Western Civilization movie.
Yes, it did.
The
oh yeah,
yeah,
part two.
video for that song.
Yes, it did. My number 9 is going to be Endgame. I feel like Megadeth have had a lot of bounce back records. And when I say bounce back, um, you know, where they've released an album or two where it was kind of a dud, not a dud, but maybe a little disappointing. And new lineup happens, and holy shit, the first album with the new lineup is fantastic. And I feel like this is one of those albums where, you know, after United Abominations, which I thought was kind of a little underwhelming, here's the new lineup. You got Chris Broderick and you got James Lomenzo, and wow, here's a killer album. Um, I mean, I really love all of this one, but if you're a guitar player and you love lead guitars, this album is just full of that, man. Dave and Chris just shredding on this from the very beginning. One of my top favorite tracks is the beginning track, Dialectic Chaos.
Oh hell yeah.
It's just disgusting display of guitar playing. It's just if you play guitar, it makes you want to throw the guitar away. It's just so good. I also love 1320 is a great one on here. Great song about, fast cars, very catchy, great chorus.
Drag racing. It's drag
Killer
racing. It's
tune.
the length of the track. It's about drag racing, about those long
Right,
ones.
yeah. Yeah, that's how long the track is. That's fucking cool. And I also really love Head Crusher. Head
Yeah.
Crusher's fantastic. Great song, great lyrics in it. Really paints a picture of what that torture device is supposed to be. There's just, for me, there's not a bad track on this. I even like the sappy, the hardest part is of letting go, sealed with a kiss. I like that song. There's not a bad moment on this one for me. It feels like Dave got kind of reinvigorated and re-inspired, and this just became, for me, a classic Megadeth album. I love it to pieces. So there's
I
my
heard I heard
9.
Head Crusher. I heard Head Crusher first time live. I was in Poland for the first uh, Big Four concert ever.
Oh wow.
So he played Head Crusher there, so it was really cool. Head Crusher is actually better live than album.
I'm sure it is. Yeah. Yeah,
I would
that
think
seems
so.
like a tune that would be fucking a little more slamming live than it is on the record. That's awesome. That's very cool. You got to go to the first Big Four show.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Awesome.
And I saw the Sophia one live at the cinema. It was satellites.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I remember they were doing
And then
that kind of
again, I
all around
saw
the
them.
world.
I saw them the same year or the year after. I saw them in Sweden, the Big Four too. So I got to see the Big Four a lot that year. So that was a pretty cool thing with the Big Four thing. I wish they
Yeah.
would have made a second run of it, but
Same. All right, Ovi. So we're going back to you, and we're going
yeah,
for your 8-1.
yeah. I'm just gonna put up where you left off. Really, number 8, Endgame. Yeah, Endgame is kind of a fresh breath of air, I guess. Getting Chris Baldrick into the game. I'm not trying to give Glenn any bad words here, but it's like it seems like Chris fitted better in the band than Glenn did.
Yes.
Glenn is a good player, but I guess it has to do with the harmony with the second guitar player, and I guess they just lay down the tracks in a way. And I don't think Glenn got too much song credits, did he, on United Abominations? I don't think he got maybe a
Not
couple.
really. Yeah, a couple credits. Not really.
Yeah. So that too is kind of, I think, I guess, but Endgame in a way, it's such a good album, and the artwork is really cool, and it also it's all related to George Bush's um, uh, project about the end game with the detention centers, and it's quite a political album, really,
Yes.
because there was a leak of a document, I think it was Bush that was president at the time, and he had like a document, secret document called the end game, and it's about detention centers and about it has to do with the artwork and stuff, and kind of coding everyone, and kind of like it's total control stuff. As for the songs, I really like The Right Could Go Insane, the last track, I guess. It's really
Yes.
good. Bodies is also really good. But for me, it's the title track, Endgame. I mean, at the end there, when it starts to go fast and it go faster and faster and faster, it's such a great outro. The outro, you don't want the song to end because it just go like a freight train. It's like they are finally back on track. I wish they could have put more like similar stuff on the album, but then it wouldn't Endgame wouldn't be as great as it is. So I guess it's all for the best. Number 7 for me is gonna be Countdown to the Extinction. I know it's their biggest album. They would have made it number one. Hasn't it been for Billy Ray Cyrus with Achy Breaky Heart and stuff? That was
Yes.
number one. They would have made it. I think that pissed off Dave to no end. The album was, I guess, the label wanted them to make a big album since the Black Album has been big. They wanted Megadeth to do the same, and well, in my eyes, I like this album better than the Black Album. But
Me too.
yeah, I really like the original mix. I am one of those that think that Dave Mustaine's remix of the album was not a great idea. I feel that he he made it harder edge, more like faster in kind of in some kind of way. It's not that it's faster, but it make it sound more edgy, I guess. But it took away a lot of depths of the album, even though the album didn't have too much depth from before because it was made to be a money grabber. Artwork too. Um, I would have personally liked the back cover to be in the front
Yeah.
cover because
Yeah.
the back cover is freaking awesome. Yeah, no, that
I
one.
like both actually.
That
So
one.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're
That one.
both pretty
Yeah.
cool.
That's it.
Yeah, we're just flipping the things for the countdown to extinction.
Yeah.
I don't know really. Do
Abacus.
you, do you know guys know anything about because the artwork for countdown extinction doesn't harmonize with the title of the album at all.
No, well, I guess it kind of does. It looks like a dude who's like serving time in a prison cell, and just getting old and like dying in prison, but it has nothing to do with the actual song Countdown to Extinction, which is about like animal rights and stuff, which I really
Yeah.
love.
Yeah, it has quite depth to it.
Right.
I feel this album is kind of a two-part album because I got all the singles and I got like three-part singles and vinyl and CD and I got like the Megadeth game. That's if you have to buy the 10-inch to get a part of the game. You have to buy the 12-inch of another singles to get a different part of the game, and then you have to buy a couple of lives, a couple other singles to get the parts. It's kind of like a board game. It becomes to the end if you get it complete.
Huh. I did not know about that.
So that you can try and find like to get it complete. It's pretty cool.
Hmm.
Um, my favorite songs though is on I believe almost on the B side or the side B, or except one, Psychotron. I mean, Psychotron is so good. I guess Dave Mustaine has been to the cinemas in Terminator 2,
Oh yeah.
and it's just really cool. And a song that was ruined on the remix, which irritates me a lot, is "This Was My Life," because the kind of the harmonics guitar over the guitar solo at the end is almost faded away. The
Yeah.
chorus guitar on top there is almost taken away on this one. But my favorite track is going to be probably the most. It's going to be "Ashes in Your Mouth." That's a cool one. I really like that one. It's the closing tracks for Megadeth. They usually have killer closing tracks, and this one is
Yeah.
no exception. Um, Number 6 is going to be "So Far So Good So What." I love "In Through the Lungs of Hell" is such a cool intro. "Set the World on Fire" is the first Megadeth song, was written back in 84, 85. It didn't make Killing Is My Business, but it made it to this album, so it's an old song. I guess he probably wrote it at around the time Kerry King was in the album, or was in the band, because Kerry King was in the band in 84, 85-ish.
Yes.
Imagine if he has stuck to this one, then it wouldn't be any Rain and Blood, and it would be, yeah, that would be quite an interesting event.
Yeah, it would.
But I mean, the album in itself, I love the artwork. I think it's so cool, like Vic Rattlehead out in the space with a sci-fi kind of a gun.
Yeah.
Uh, in the darkest hour, of course, it's yeah, it's just sorrow. It's like everything just falls apart, and everything is just you just want to die, I guess, because it's everything is so dark. Hook in Mouth is one of my favorites. I love the guitar riff. I think it's a great closing track. But my favorite is gonna be the original first Megadeth song, "Set the World on Fire." I mean, we got that song when I saw them back in 2013. They were on Blood Carnage tour with Slayer. I saw them 2 nights in a row. I got to meet the band, and he was very nice to me because I have a leather jacket from Affliction with like skulls and flames on it, and it's like all the zippers and kind of stuff has skulls on it, and you got a number in like it's hand numbered and stuff. So he's like he recognized I have that jacket. Yeah, that's why I bought it. I said, and he was like, "You're weird, but okay." Buying a leather jacket just because he had a leather jacket, he wasn't quite impressed by it as much as I hoped. But he did recognize the jacket though, so that was good enough for me. And it had, of course, then yeah, met Chris Baldrick, I met Drover, and I met David Ellefson.
Nice.
All right, did I? Was he on the tour in 2000? Hmm. I met him with Ellison another time, you see, when he played with Tim Ripper Owens and Andreas Kisser and the drummer from Faith No More. They were
Oh,
good.
okay. Yeah. Well, I think Ellefson was back there. If you went in 2013, then yeah, you met Ellefson.
Yeah,
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 definitely.
because Dave Ellefson, he has Norwegian heritage. He's like he got Norwegian genes in him.
Ah, so
Uh,
that's why he was jerking off to a Swedish girl and
probably. And number 5 is going to be Killing Is My Business, and the business is good. I remember I stole money from my mom's purse to buy this album. We were out on a
nice.
vacation, and we were on the west side of the country, and I stole the money and I got the album. Um, and back then, when I was little, I don't think I liked the album so much because it was so short, and it was like it doesn't really sound like the rest of the Megadeth, like Rest in Peace, and like it didn't sound like it at all. It doesn't sound like Peace Cells or anything. But now, after a while, over the years, I come to love it because it's especially the final kill when you got all the elements into it because the I believe they got $7,500 from the record company to make the album, and they were in a remote location and the studio, and I think they used 4,500 of that on drugs,
Yeah.
so wasn't too much left for the album. But it's the best vocal performance I think from Dave Mustaine. He is so angry. He is so pissed on that album. And the guitar, and you got Gar Samuelson jazz drumming, it's such a good mix between jazz and thrash metal put together. Because that I can't believe how
Yeah.
Gar Samuelson got to play those jazz drum beats so fast. It's pretty impressive. And Chris Poland, which has broken index finger on one hand, so he can reach a different fret on the guitar. That's why he plays the way he does, because he can. Yeah, because it sticks out differently. Um, as for the songs, Chosen One, Skull Beneath the Skin, Looking Down the Cross, it's not gonna change. It's not that long ago we talked about this album, so
That's
it's
right.
the same songs. Number 4 is gonna be P Cells, but who is it? Bayern. Um, Good Morning Black Friday is a masterpiece, I think, and the
Yes.
artwork on this album is so cool.
Yes.
It's like it's. I believe that's also the United Nations.
Yeah, behind him.
Yeah, and The Conjuring, which Dave Mustaine refused to play live for many years because he was a born again Christian. But I believe he has come more to his senses and has played it in the recent years.
Yeah, he has.
But my favorite track is another closing track, My Last Words.
Mm.
That's such a good song. I mean, it's the whole album is so good when you listen to it, especially the original, not the remix, but the original. It has such a emotion to it, and they went straight from being on Combat Records to jump to Capitol Records. I
That's
guess
right.
their budget but got quite a bit bumped up. I don't know
They still
if
have
it
a lot
was.
of money for drugs, I'm sure.
Yeah, but still,
Oh
I
yeah.
don't think it. I'm not sure if it was a healthy thing for the band to end up on a big label on their second album. So it's like, but I guess Slayer too ended up on a big label on their third album, and yeah, that too did. I think South of Heaven was kind of like, I don't know. I can't imagine how to be a Slayer fan to have Rain and Blood, and then suddenly South of Heaven comes, and like, where do you get your like anger out on South of Heaven? It's quite a different album. But now
Yeah,
we're
true.
talking, yeah, now we're talking Megadeth. Number 3 for me is gonna be The System Has Failed. I love this album so much. It was like, because we thought Megadeth was finished, we thought it was the end, we thought there was not going to be any more Megadeth. And then, because the good thing is, because the doctor told Dave Mustaine, you can't play guitar anymore. Oh, I can't. I'll show you. So it's
Right.
we are really to thank the doctor for that Megadeth is still rolling today, because he told Dave Mustaine something he couldn't do, and you don't tell Dave Mustaine what he can't do.
That's
So,
right.
and Chris Poland plays lead guitar on all the songs except a couple. I just had to correct you there, Christian. He plays all the solos and all the leads except a couple of ones on this album.
Who,
Uh,
Dave Mustaine does or Chris Poland?
Chris
Chris
Poland.
Paul.
He does play all the leads on it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Most of them.
Okay, I was mistaken then. I thought he only did a couple. Okay.
yeah,
I will stand
he
corrected.
yeah. You just gotta flip it around. He played leads on everything except a couple.
Okay. All right.
So you're correct. You just need to make
I
a.
was just the complete opposite. So
Yeah.
yeah.
We'll forgive you this time.
Okay.
But yeah, the album cover is so great. If you
Yes.
look on the artwork, it's like he's selling. This is kind of a PSL's
Yes.
continuation, because he's selling rights to. I guess if you could read up the prices and stuff, James,
What's
could you
that?
read up the prices for on the artwork? You got 15K for.
Yeah, so it's like playing God, you get 10 for 10,000, idolatry for 5,000, holy wars for 2,000, dismissing truth for 4,000, disrespect no cost, murder 10K, adultery no cost, theft 1,000, false testimony 1,000. It really does harken back to
Yeah,
Peace Sells, but who's buying big
yeah,
time. And all the political figures that are hidden in there is so cool. It's
yeah.
so cool. He pulled no punches with this album cover. I fucking love it.
Right. The only thing I could wish for that the logo had a different color because it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of, it needs a polish.
Yeah, it's okay
But I
though.
guess
It's kind of purpley.
yeah. But it's like it's back in form, and it's like it's. I've listened to the album so much, and I love the back cover too, with the big rattlehead in the sky like a storm.
Yes.
It's yeah,
Yeah,
that's
he's like
it's
in a
so cool.
mushroom cloud. It's pretty
Yeah,
dope.
Oh,
it's. I wish they used. I wish he would have used the one that made that artwork more. Um,
Yes.
It's but again, this is like because the last thing we heard was the world needs a hero, and he like we thought he was dead, and then he come back with this album, and I mean, it's such a good album. It was really difficult to tone it down to three songs, but the truth be told, it's such a good song. Tears in a Veil. I thought it's a really deep song, but my favorite one is probably the single, and it's going to be of Mice and Men.
Absolutely. Good song.
Yeah, and then that was number three. Number two is going to be Rust in Peace, and I also feel that the remix of Rust in Peace uh, took away some of the finer moments and kind of compressed it. The original one, the artwork, I mean, I've used so many hours on that artwork. Also on the Holy War single artwork and Hunger 18 the artwork. It's so cool. Bring it closer. Um, yeah. I mean, I got
hard
I
to
got that
see.
shirt for my gym. Where I in the gym I got the PSL's one. I got it in different places. On other things I use. But the album in itself is like it was supposed to have Vinnie Paul and Dimebag was offered the roles to fill them. All right, just Vinnie Paul.
Just
Uh,
Dimebag.
just Dimebag, sorry. And he refused without having his brother, but Nick Mensa was already booked, so that would have been an oddball, I think.
Yeah.
Dimebag and
Would have been
Mustaine
interesting, yeah.
together. I don't think that would have worked. I know they're
I
good
don't think
guitarists.
so either.
It would be a one album thing.
Yeah. I think
Yeah,
Dimebag was a little too silly for Dave Mustaine.
yeah,
A little too free spirited, a little too jokey, and Dimebag took almost nothing seriously except for when he got on stage and played. He was very
yeah,
serious. But other than that, he was just a fucking prankster, man. He was like one of the jerky boys. That's why I love him so much, is because he was a
yeah.
fucking clown. And I think that would have got real old real fast with Dave Mustaine.
I don't think Vinnie Paul either at that time could have fitted playing drums for Megadeth
Nah,
because
probably not.
Vinnie Paul really started to shine through on Far Beyond Driven. Then you get to really to see how good he was on drums.
Agreed.
Uh, But Nick Mensa, yeah, we got Nick Mensa on drums, and Nick Mensa, God rest his soul, was such a good choice. He is the one that was into sci-fi, Hangar 18, everything, all that sci-fi themes on the album is all Nick Mensa. He is
Oh yeah.
also that one that was doing the internet page, the first Megadeth internet page.
Yes.
He was a really he had so much going for him, and he was such a great dude. Um,
Absolutely.
for my favorite songs, it's gonna be Five Magics. It's so good. And what's how do you pronounce the song with the it's the
Lucretia.
yes. I just
Lucretia,
love
yeah,
that.
great song.
I like that laughing intro, and
Yes.
it's one of the songs Elofsson actually is credited on.
Yes.
And then you have the title track, which has Chris Pollan on it.
That's right.
I believe he played on a demo if you get the remastered and remixed one, you get the demo for Rest in Peace Polaris, and that has Chris Poland on guitar.
Yep.
And that song in itself is like Rest in Peace Polaris is probably one of my favorites. My favorite album is the first one I ever got. It's the first one I ever heard. I never knew anything about them. I never heard it anything. I asked for something heavy at the record store, and I got this album, and it's like it has babies hanging upside down on like on a line, and it's just this gotta be cool. This gotta be heavy. Yes. This I don't think you can find a more mainstream twisted cover because this is pretty twisted stuff. Yeah, and it's like a word thing on euthanasia, like for instead of euthanasia, it's like it goes back to the war, and euthanasia was a project back in the 30s from Germany to the kids that were like say they had some defect, they were sent to a place to a doctor that's going to make them all right again, but they sadly your child has passed.
Right.
So they cleaned up the country of defective children and mental patients, and all this was part of the Anusia project. You can read about it. It's action with a K, T4. It's if you read it up, I can share it to you guys later. It's that's why the art or the title of the album is pretty deep. It goes back to the Germany because they cleaned out all the mental patients and all the stuff for a hospital for soldiers. So they
Yes.
were planning the war a long time before most people. Action T4 is what it is. But back to the album. Family Tree. I love Family Tree. It's a pretty dark subject. I feel the remix to destroy that song because it took away the good chorus guitar around the solo time, and also I believe on the fan club T-shirt and stuff has a child standing outside the door, and it's like you just see a keyhole, like a whole keyhole, and you see a
Yeah.
child standing outside the door. So it was used for that. Second one in it is Nysia Fields, where you go after you die in the Greek, you pass the river Styx and keep on fighting forever. Favorite song of Megadeth of all time is the title track, Euthanasia. They played it live actually a couple of times since '97.
Wow.
Yeah, so you can find it live on YouTube or buy a bootleg from, I think it's from Japan. In '97, they play that song a couple of times live, and I hope to one day to hear it played live. I was hoping last year they would make like a 30th anniversary of Euthanasia like they did for Rust and for Countdown, but
Yeah.
it didn't happen. So, yep, that's Euthanasia, favorite track, favorite song, favorite Euthanasia.
Awesome.
Awesome. Good
Great
stuff.
list, man. Totally
Thank
different
you.
from mine, which I
That's
love.
Yeah.
I
that's
love
great.
that we have different lists. Um, Christian,
It's on me now.
let's get
Um,
Yeah.
your 8-1, and I'm gonna go piss real quick. Don't think that I'm dissing you. I'll be right back.
all right. Well, have a good break there. Yeah, so going 8 through 1, the first couple here I kind of had a really hard time deciding which one I like better. I kind of went back and forth a bit. But I think I'm comfortable putting at number 8 is United Abominations. And I know
Nice.
it's been talked about already on your guys' list, but yeah, I think this is I think this is a pretty good album. I think in my opinion, um, I think it's the one where they really kind of like Megadeth really kind of got their groove back. I like the opening track, Sleepwalker. I like Gears of War, another great song. I do like the this. version of a Tula mode, only because it's like a little bit faster and a little bit heavier, and it does sound different having like the female vocals in there as well.
Yeah.
Still prefer the original, but the remake version isn't bad. It's pretty good. The last track, like I was saying before, Burn Ice, killer song, Pay for Blood. Um, yeah, I mean there aren't too many stinkers on here. I think overall it's a pretty good one. So that will put my number seven. Um, it's going to be Endgame.
Oh,
I think
nice.
this is the killer album. Um, the opening track, Dialectic Chaos, that instrumental is, like James was saying before, it's such a killer song, and it reminds me of like So Far So Good So What a little bit because that album also opens with a killer instrumental track, and here they're doing it. So like
Hmm.
the first that's immediately what I went back, what I thought of when I heard that. Um, but yeah, This Day We Fight, title track, Endgame, Head Crusher, Killer. How the Story Ends, I like that song too. Right to Go Insane is great. I mean, there really isn't too many bad moments on this album. Actually, I don't think there's really any bad I think it's a near perfect. Yeah, there's a couple songs that I think are maybe just okay, but they're not, not awful. Um, so now this brings me to my number six. And you know, like I was saying before, when you get into a band initially and it's like, those first albums you listen to when you're a teenager are just like so like just stuck in
Hmm.
your DNA, it's really hard to rank anything above those. So I didn't do that in this case. So my number six is going to be Countdown to Extinction.
Hmm.
This was actually my entry point into Megadeth. Um, and so prior to this, the only other metal band I was really listening to was Metallica. And I get if you want to call Guns N' Roses metal too, I was into those were probably the only two really kind of heavy bands I was into. So then Megadeth was kind of like right next on my list. And I remember like getting this, buying this CD and then like listening to a song like Captive Honor where he's singing about his man pussy was sold and this tough guy is now a bitch. And I'm just like, what the fuck is this guy singing about? And I just realized, oh my God, these guys are like way more like um just violent and nasty than Metallica. Like immediately I thought that even with like the album and the bat like we were saying before where he's got the abacus counting the skulls and you got the floating dude right here, but yeah, a lot of really great songs. Skin of My Teeth. I mean, Symphony of Destruction. It's, the popular one. That was a song I first heard that I'm like, okay, yeah, they're kind of cool. I guess I'll go out buy buy that CD. Um, Title track's great. The one I was talking about before, Captive Honor, Ashes in Your Mouth, a great one. Psychotron, High Speed Dirt, This Is My Life, Architecture of Aggression. I think I pretty much named most of the whole album.
Yeah.
Sweating Bullets, that's one of those songs like sometimes I kind of dig it, and sometimes I'm kind of like, I don't know, I can't do it today. Uh, it's just,
Hello,
yeah,
meet the
it's just like, it's kind of silly, but
yeah, yeah,
It's a song about mental health.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I believe it's got something to with bipolar. I believe because it flips personalities. And
yeah,
and,
yeah,
and High Speed Dirt is about skydiving.
yep, hmm,
So
yes,
there's and then Captive Honor. I mean, your ass belongs to me.
yeah,
It's such a
yeah,
good. It's kind of a comical. I guess it's a pun to capital punishment. It's kind of
yes,
like a. So
yeah,
there's a lot of. I think he hides a lot of touchy subjects with a little
little
irony and
humor.
stuff to get it to go through the censor, I guess. But it's good pick with Captive Honor.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, in high school, and I know like at the time they were like those guys are really into skydiving, and I think there
Mhm.
was an episode of Headbangers Ball where
yes.
they went skydiving, which I don't know if it was when this album came out or maybe it was like Rust in Peace, like 90 or 91.
No,
So
it's countdown era.
it
Yeah,
was that era. Okay.
Yeah, they
Uh,
went skydiving with Alice in Chains.
Right. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. All right. Yeah, cool. So, yep, that,
Dave Mustaine also OD'd on that tour in
That's right.
'92. Yeah, he
yeah.
died, and then he got him back and stuff. That's why he cleaned up his act. And then in '93, they were playing with Metallica for the first time on Milton Keys, and James and Lars found it funny, so they put powdered sugar like big on, and then gave it to Dave like for big cocaine stuff, just to tease him. And Dave
That's so
Mustaine thought that
fucked
was
up.
not funny.
That's so
Yeah.
fucked up.
Oh my. And that was also, if I remember correctly, they actually started opening for Aerosmith. I think it was in '93. And they got
Yes.
kicked off the tour because Dave Mustaine was like making fun of them for like being old and shit. And
Yeah.
it's kind of fun. Like looking back at it, it's like those guys at that time were probably like what, like in their 40s maybe back in '93, the guys from Aerosmith.
Probably,
Probably.
yeah. Yeah, probably in their
Yeah.
And
40s,
like, I mean,
maybe
Dave
heading
Mustaine is
towards
always like well
50.
into his 60s now.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, a lot of, yeah, this being like the entry point, it's definitely gonna like rank high. So that's
How did
numbers.
you just to stop you a little while? What do you
Sure.
think about the original to compared to remixed remastered one?
Oh, original. All
Yeah.
these, all of them the original. Yeah, I don't think I've listened to any of the remixes in their entirety because
Okay.
I know like I've heard like, the one song either on a jukebox somewhere or watching a YouTube or whatever, and I'm like, what's wrong with this? Like this doesn't sound right. And then I look
No.
up like, oh, he remixed all the albums. I'm like, why? Why would you make them sound worse? I mean, Dave Mustaine has his reasons. I mean, you know, it's his baby. I guess he could do what he wants with it, but you know,
Yeah.
we don't like it. We like the originals, so
Yes.
there you have it. Um, and then number five for me. So there was a long time where I would have put Countdown to Extinction over my next pick, but I think as time's going on, this one is just it's aged better. And I love both albums, but this one's just aged better for me, and that's Euthanasia. I remember buying this one the day it came out, and like when this came, like I was primed for Megadeth because I got in when Countdown came out, then I went back, bought all the other albums, and then not long after, this album came out. So I was just like, I was primed for it. And yeah, I just think it's a cool, it's not like the thrashy Megadeth that you get like Rust in Peace, those 80s albums, but it's still like it's still like very dark, subject matter and um like they weren't trying to sound like an alternative band. They weren't trying to go in some like left turn type of direction musically. They just kind of did, he just did, I think what this is what we want to do. This is what we want to put out there. It's not as heavy as the other stuff, but it's not, I don't know. It wasn't trying to follow any trends, I think. It was just a good, honest Megadeth record. But yeah,
Well, it's Megadeth without cocaine. So
Megadeth without cocaine, yeah. Clean, sober Megadeth.
yeah.
And yeah, no, it's so yeah, there's a lot of good one. Addicted to Chaos.
Hmm.
It's probably a favorite one of mine on here. You know what? I like the end track, Victory.
Yeah,
Um, I
that's a
just
good
thought it was
one.
so cool. Like, at the time, he's just like referencing all like their previous songs and everything, which it's like
Yes.
kind of dorky, but kind of cool too.
I
Um,
love it.
Black Curtains
It's
is a
not that
good
easy
one
if you think about it. It's not that easy to make everything.
to make it like make sense, But they do it and it works. It's a cool song. Um, Elysian, yeah, Elysian Fields, Blood of Heroes. I mean, I don't think there's a song I really dislike on here. Maybe one that I don't like as much now is Train of Consequences. I I I don't know.
Such a cool music video. Oh, the music video is so
Yeah,
Yes,
cool.
I love the video.
yeah, it's cool. I don't know, like I going through and doing this exercise and listening, like I don't think I like it as much as the other songs on this album. Like I don't dislike it, but I don't like it as much. Um, and a Lamone. So I remember, so a friend of mine like because this came out, we were in eighth grade, and he was like he had a French class, so like he actually like asked like the teacher, well, what does this lyrics mean? Tout le monde, and it means I think like to the world and to my friends or something. Like I don't even remember exactly. I didn't. I was gonna look it up before we were recording this, but I forgot to do it. But I remember like, oh wow, that's really what it means. And yeah. So if anyone speaks French and wants to write in the comments what that means, go ahead and do that. So yeah, that's number five. Number four, so far so good, so what? Um,
Mhm.
it's it's just just a mean, nasty sounding album. Like it almost feels like the wheels were coming apart a little bit compared to the albums before it, but like they really weren't. Killer opening song, Into the Lungs of Hell, Set the World Afire is freaking incredible. Anarchy in the UK is okay. Mary Jane is a pretty good song. 502, I love that like that beginning part was like pull over shithead, this is the cops. Like, hearing that,
Yeah.
as 12 or 13, you laugh at it, but even now like as, 40 something, it's like I still laugh at it. In My Darkest Hour, great song. Liar, like James was saying before, just really nasty and like the lyrics are just so, um
Vicious.
yeah,
Yeah, but I mean,
vicious.
like you have two albums, then you lose half the band. You got to
Yeah.
hire in two people that has
Yeah.
you have no connection with at all, and make an album because the record label is making you put out an album. So it's
Yeah.
kind of you lose like your one arm. It's kind of difficult to make it as good
Yeah.
as the previous one, but yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you just
And
make
and
pyromania when you lose one arm.
Uh, uh, uh,
uh but yeah, I mean, they lost Chris Poland and Gar Samuelson and they were, killer musicians. But I mean, I thought Jeff Young is pretty good. Yeah, Chuck Beeler, he's no Gar Samuelson, but he sits there, he gets the job done. Um Hook and Mouth, yeah, another great one.
I think this album is the one that came out the best of the remixed ones. I
You
think
think
this is
so?
the
Yeah.
album I really like because the remix one actually cleaned it up the sound a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
didn't fuck with it too much with the remix. Yeah.
Hmm. All right. I don't know. I don't think I heard the remix of the. I know I heard the remix of like Peace Cells and Killing Is My Business, and I think not in their entirety, but songs. But I didn't hear any the remix on this one, so
Yeah.
I guess I'll have to check it out just to give it a listen, just so I can give it a
Yeah.
fair shake if I think it's better than this. But
Yeah,
I
and you
tend
get
to I
four
tend to
tracks.
shy away from that though. Like whatever is original for, and that's just in my view. That's how it is. But
You guys also feel for the for other tracks with the original Paul Maui mix. How you get like four of the original mix too, so you can
Yes.
compare. It's kind of a nice thing with that album.
hmm, yeah, cool. Well, I will have to check that out.
Mm.
So now we're getting to the top three. So number three for me, it's gonna be the first one. Killing is my business, and business is good. And I know, talking about remixes, I know that they also did a new album cover for this, I believe.
Yeah.
It was reissued. It's um like actual artwork because yep, there you go. Because Dave Mustaine didn't like how this came out originally, but you know what? I kind of like this album cover to be
I
honest.
like the Hot Topic looking fucking album cover on
Yeah,
that.
yeah, I like the little candle in the background, and
Yeah.
I like that the album has like the first half "Killing Is My Business" and then you flip it around and
And
business.
business is good.
Um, man, such a killer album. I love the last rites. It opens with that piano. Do, 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 do. I remember like putting on, I'm like, what are they doing here? And then when the song comes on, it's like, and then Mustaine like, I was like, wow. It's like, dude sounds like a fucking like tiger, like a puma, or just slashing out to snatch its prey or something.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Second track, this is one of my favorite riffs of all time. The bow, Killing is my business. And I think the reason and part of it, when I would, I remember going in a record store or CD store, what have you. And I remember when I was first getting to like I don't think I owned any Megadeth, but I remember I was like looking at the CDs and I remember like picking this one out. And there was like an older kid who's like looking at me, looking at it, and he sees me pick this album up and he's like, "Oh, that's a killer one. That second track right there. That's the best song on the album." I'm like, "Oh, cool, thanks." That kind of put it in the back of my mind. And then, when I finally got this one myself, I'm thinking like, damn, that dude was right. That is a fucking killer song. Skull Beneath the Skin. I love that one too. I like that's like the Vic Rattlehead theme song. Um, uh, um, how do the lyrics go now? Um, yeah, metal caps his ears, he'll hear not what we say. Solid steel visor riveted across his eyes, iron staples close his jaws so no one hears his cries. It's like such a like a violent like way to torture and like kill someone. Um, but yeah, just the riffs and everything on here are so nasty. Rattlehead, looking down the cross and mechanics, and the funny thing about mechanics. So I and probably to this day I still prefer the Four Horsemen, and the reason is so when I first heard that song, like compared to like the Metallica one, I'm like, this is kind of dumb. Like he's singing about like a dude at a gas station talking about how he's a better mechanic, and Metallica's singing about like the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse. I didn't like I finally got a couple years later. Oh, he's actually talking about like getting laid, not just
Oh, you
some.
didn't realize it was about fucking.
Yeah, the first time I heard it, no, I thought it was like I'm like, why is he singing about a guy being like a better mechanic? Like it's stupid.
Yeah,
Met you
it's
at my
basically
station. You brought your motor to me.
Yeah. But
yeah.
a year or two later, I'm like, oh wait, yeah, yeah, no, okay, I get what he's singing about now. Yeah, but like the
It's
first time I
great.
heard that, I thought it was like, why is he singing about how he's like this great mechanic? Like, but
It's
anyway,
the Four Horsemen without the Sweet Home Alabama
yeah,
part.
without the bum, bum,
Yeah, that's right.
bum, bum,
That's right.
bum. Yeah. So number two and number one, this is probably what 95% of the population of people listening to Megadeth put as their number two and number one, but
For good reasons.
yeah, well, of course. They're both killer albums. Peace sells, but who's buying?
Mhm.
Um, to me, this is like everything the first record was, but just like they do it a little bit better. You know, they're not doing anything different. They just do it a little bit better. Wake Up Dead, killer song. Like how there's kind of like two halves in that one.
Yes.
Um, The Conjuring, just singing about some evil shit. Killer. Title track. Devil's a Good Morning Black Friday, just another one that's like you've got that killer intro, and it's just like vicious, vicious songwriting, vicious guitar playing. Um, Mangle Your Faces Till No Features Remain is just like so violent. Um, yeah, My Last Word's another great song. It's so hard. Like with these albums, it's like so hard for me to like pick a like. I like these songs a bit because it's like I love like every single one, and I've listened to since being 12 or 13 years old, so it's just like it's ingrained in there. But
The cover song though, the cover song ain't
Ain't
superstitious.
Superstitious.
Yeah, it's a good song, but it's like it doesn't. If you listen from start to finish, it doesn't really fit in a way. It's like
No,
Yeah,
it's
it's a little
odd break.
goofy.
It's an odd break.
It's a little
yeah,
goofy, yeah. But it's
and,
still
and
cool.
it's all right, and honestly, that's probably why I would say that's why I rank it as my number two as opposed to being a number one. Like that one song is like, okay, I love both these albums. It's like neck and neck, but I'm like, okay, yeah, I could put this one above because there's ain't no superstitious on this one.
That's right.
Um, but yeah, I mean, to me, this is like one of those. It's just one of those perfect albums. Every song on here is freaking great. Even Dawn Patrol. It's very simple, just a little bass.
Yes.
Um,
David Elfson.
yeah. Dun, 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 dun. And yeah. the
It's weird to think about because the year before he was playing No More Is the Nice Guy for the Shocker movie, and he was so in bad shape that they had to record him playing guitar and then recording singing and then recording playing guitar because he couldn't pull off doing both at the same time.
Yeah.
Just the
Yeah, he
year
was so
before.
fucked up with heroin.
Yeah.
really wow.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
So he went to like a detox like to before they recorded Rust in Peace. So there's like
Yeah, I remember hearing about that he kind of he cleaned up a little bit, I guess, too, before they did this one, because
yeah,
yeah, yeah, he was pretty rough shape. But anyway, yeah, just Holy Wars, Punish into. I love Take No Prisoners, and I just love this Take No Prisoners.
take no shit.
I
Take no shit.
love that part. Five Magics, Tornado of Souls, another freaking
Yeah.
killer song. Just a lot of great guitar work, a lot of great, like just everyone, the whole band is just like on fire, start to finish. There's not a dull moment, no wasted moment on here. This is definitely probably not just like, my favorite Megadeth, but probably one of my favorite metal albums of all time, easily.
Yeah.
And
It definitely is.
yeah, so number one, Rust in Peace. There you go.
Polaris.
Excellent. I
Yeah.
love your guys' picks. Love it, love it, love it. So I'm starting at number 8. And just like the number 9, I went with Endgame as my number 9. And I felt like that was a great bounce back album for them. I feel like this is a great bounce back album for them.
Mhm.
My number 8 is going to be Dystopia. I feel like throughout Megadeth's career, they've had these bounce back albums where there's a brand new lineup and it feels like Dave gets reinvigorated and re-inspired and he puts out a fucking banger, man. And this is another one.
Well,
Um,
Junior has come back home, and there's a different feeling
yes,
in the camp.
absolutely. And
Yeah.
it's, having Chris from Lamb of God on drums and having Kiko on co-lead guitar, just I feel like there's new energy, there's new vibes. It's just one of those things where Dave just got re-inspired. And I also read interviews with Dave around this time where he said some of the riffs for certain songs on this go all the way back to So Far So Good So What.
Hmm.
And you can definitely tell there's old school vibes in this record. So it's
Yeah.
pretty fucking cool that
Yeah.
he went into the archives and brought some cool shit out. You could tell.
Yeah.
I
I gotta
really
wonder why he wouldn't have used it
title
earlier.
track. What's that?
I said, yeah, I kind of want, like, if you, like, why was he holding on to it for so long? Was it just stuff he recorded and just kind of forgot about? And
I think that was kind of the case. He just went
yeah,
back into the vault and pulled out old cassette tapes and heard some stuff and went, "Oh shit, that's a cool riff. I totally forgot about that one." Let's not forget Dave Mustaine had a long bout with heroin.
yeah,
And you forget what the fuck you're doing, man. I lived with a sister for a long time who was a heroin addict, and she would forget something she said to me the day before.
yeah,
So it's just that kind of thing. It was probably times where he was just high out of his mind and
yeah.
pressed record and put the guitar in his lap and recorded some shit and just forgot about it. So that's probably a
That
lot
would
of
make
what
sense.
we
Yeah,
get here. You know what I mean? I love the title track on this. I love the melodic riff in Dystopia. It's really good. It's so good. Death from Within is another big favorite off this one for me. I love Post American World. I think is one of the best Megadeth songs ever fucking written. and I really love the cover of Foreign Policy. I forget who the original band is.
Fear.
It's a
Discharge?
punk
No,
band, I
it's
think.
Fear.
Oh, it's Fear. Okay. I love the Fear cover. Foreign Policy is fucking fantastic.
The Japanese version is really great too because you get a couple of extra tracks on the Japanese one, and
Oh,
you
okay.
know you get Me Hate You. Wait, it was a different album that has two on, but Me Hate You is another one that's on the deluxe one, and there's also a couple other ones that are it's Last Dying Wish and Look Who's Talking.
Ah, okay. I'll have to look
Last
those
two
songs
tracks
up.
you got last three tracks you got to check out since you like
Yeah,
that album a lot.
yeah, I'll definitely check those other bonus tracks out.
Yeah,
Number 7 for me is going to be Cryptic Writings. Uh,
respect.
I really always like this one a lot. Um, She Wolf is a big one off this for me. I love that track. I love Use the Man, and I love FFF Fight for Freedom. So good. I've really now we're starting to get to the point where I feel like there's not a bad moment on the album. And this is where that starts for me with number 7 with Cryptic Writings. I really,
Like that you got it so high that you stick to your guns. That's respect.
yeah, I dig everything on this. Trust is great, even though it's played out. The big hit. I still love it. I love the classical guitar stuff in it. I like Have Cool Will Travel with the cool like harmonica shit going on in the middle of it. This is just a good album. Um,
I get even. It's good.
like what's that?
I get even.
Yeah, I'll Get Even is a great one too. I just feel like at this point, Metallica's doing what Reload at this or the first load at this point, and
Mhm.
Yeah.
Megadeth is on this, and I feel like this is more aggressive, a little more vicious, and I feel like Dave is showing Metallica up a little bit with this one, and that's why I really dig it. So
I
that's
think the one actually one of the best tracks is on the Japanese one. It's called One Thing.
yeah, that's a good song too. Yeah, I've heard that one.
Yeah, and also Trust in the Spanish version is really cool.
Yes, yeah, that's on the remaster of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Spanish version of Trust. It's fucking good. My number 6 is going to be The System Has Failed. This is a
Hell yeah,
big
brother.
one for me, man. Talk about another bounce back album where Dave not only bounced back from World Needs a Hero, he bounced back from being told he was never going to be able to play guitar again.
Right.
So, completely a bounce back record. And another reason why I love this one so much is the first time I ever saw Megadeth, they were on this tour. I saw them with Exodus opening for them on this, and the night was just goddamn incredible. Um, I got my girlfriend into this album when this came out. It's funny. Tonight, me and my girlfriend just celebrated 21 years together, and this album came out like within the first couple weeks of us being a couple, and we went and saw Megadeth, I think in like November of 2004, and that was her first ever heavy metal concert, and she lost her fucking mind. Like at the encore when Dave came out and they did Rust in Peace, and fucking Dave had no shirt on and he's all brolic and fucking looking fit. She lost her mind for that, and that was like she got kind of addicted to metal after that show. So this album always holds a fucking big special spot in my heart. I love everything on this. I especially love Die Dead Enough and
Yeah.
Kick the Chair. I
Yeah,
really love the song The Scorpion. That's such a
yeah,
catchy tune. I also love Back in the Day,
yeah.
which kind of talks about back in the day when Megadeth were the shit in the 80s. And when I saw them play that live, the guys in Exodus came out on the stage and sang the chorus with them. So that was really fucking cool. And I also really love Of Mice and Men. Great song, great tune. Not a bad moment on this one. This, like I said, we're getting to the point now where there's nothing on these albums that I do not enjoy.
The drummer is pretty famous. He has played with like Steve Vai, he played with all big ones, but he is mostly played with. He's the drummer for Sting.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah. And to play
Yeah.
with Sting, you got to know where your drums are at.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. He's no slouch. That was supposed to be a Dave Mustaine solo record,
Correct.
but the label was like, nope, it's got to have the Megadeth logo on it, or we're not putting it out. And it to me it sounds like a Megadeth record. It doesn't. If anything sounds like a Dave Mustaine solo record for me throughout their catalog, it's Risk. I
Yeah.
think System Has Failed sounds just like a Megadeth record.
The thing though with Cryptic Readings too is like Jason Newsted had cut his hair short. David Ellefson cut his hair short. So it's kind of
Right.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
Almost like
Yeah.
their
Well,
Black Album.
that's the thing is, Dave has all, I feel like Dave throughout his career has always chased Metallica, and he doesn't need to. He really
Yeah.
fucking doesn't need to, man. Like, he's got this complex where he just feels like Metallica's here, Metallica's number one, and I'm number two. But dude, number two was so great. Like, it doesn't matter. It's okay. Be number two. It's fine.
I feel that he around Dystopia he just forgot it and went his own way because after Dystopia they have just gotten faster, harder, and harder and stuff. And Metallica's
Fair enough. I mean, I like 72 seasons way more than I like the sick, the dying, and the dead. But that's all personal opinion. It doesn't. We could fight about that all fucking night long.
yeah, but
But
still, my point is that he's not trying to copy Metallica anymore.
right, yeah, yeah, you could tell he's kind of given up on trying to do what they're doing to a lesser extent.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, definitely. So my number five is going to be Ovi's number one.
Oh wow.
Euthanasia.
Yeah.
Fucking love this one, man. Another one where there's no bad songs. There's nothing about this that sucks. It's just one of them's got to be number five. This is one that I reach for a little bit less than the four before it, and that's the only reason why it's number five. Reckoning Day, Addicted to
Uh huh.
Chaos, Blood of Heroes, Family
Yes.
Tree,
Yes.
Victory. Like we said, with
Yes.
all the old school references in it, I love that
And
song.
Black Curtains.
Black Curtains too is so like it's almost Black Sabbathy, that song, with that
Yes, it
Yeah.
is.
oh doomy thing
That's
going
yes.
on in it. I fucking love that tune. There's not a bad moment to be had on this. Yes, it's way more commercial. It's, a little more commercial than Countdown to Extinction was, fair enough, but it's still heavy as shit, and there's nothing bad on this. It's a fantastic record. Absolutely.
Megadeth. I also, but the artwork, I really like that one with Vic holding the baby, just pointing
Yeah,
his
just holding
pointing
the baby by
finger.
the foot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
and that one is
Yes,
just
yeah, there you go. Like tickling the baby's cheek.
yeah. There's a lot of cool things there. Megadeth was the
Number
first band having their own internet page, I believe.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think they started that like right around Hidden Treasures. is when they had their own website. My number 4 is Killing is My Business and
Mm-hmm.
Business is Good. Um,
Curious.
what a vicious thrash album this is, man.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Davis said he was obsessed with wanting to be faster and heavier and more aggressive than Metallica, and oh boy, did he fucking accomplish every second of that on this record, man. Just, just pure brutal.
He
Um,
also had to throw away all his Metallica songwriting style. He had to
right.
totally rework his whole songwriting style.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely. And it paid off. I love Last Rites Love to Death because it's the first thing you ever hear from Megadeth.
Mm-hmm.
The title track is fantastic. I love Skull Beneath the Skin, just like you
Right.
guys do.
Hmm.
And I love Looking Down the Cross is
Yeah.
probably my
Oh yeah.
favorite track on this. Fucking fantastic song. Again, another one where there's no dull moments. There's nothing on this where I'm like, I could do without that. I love every second of music on Killing Is My Business.
Fun
And
thing though is the fun thing is these boots are made for walking. The censored version and it's beep 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 beep
oh,
beep.
I hate that. I hate that. That pissed me off so bad when that came out like that. I'm like,
Yeah.
what's wrong with my CD?
Yeah.
That's right. On the CD, they actually censored it.
Yeah, because Nancy Sinatra's, I guess, her family or her legal representatives,
Mm-hmm.
when because it got that album's gotten re-released a couple times.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh.
This is the most current re-release. It's called The
Final
Final
kill.
Kill. But there's a re-release before this,
Mm-hmm.
probably 10, 12 years before this one.
Yeah.
Um, where it's the cover's just a little bit different, and
Yeah.
it's got that Nancy Sinatra song at the end of it, and there's just beeps going through like whenever he's talking about sexual stuff, it's just beeps, and it holds the beep through the whole fucking line of his lyrics,
Yeah.
and it
That's
just
weird.
it makes you want to throw the CD out the window. It fucking
Right.
sucks.
Right. Right.
But it's because her legal team went after Megadeth and said, "Look, if you put this out, we are going to barbecue you in court. So you got to do it with edits." So it had to come out like that.
Yeah, I know I heard that there was some. I remember hearing that they had some issues on a re-release years later, and it's like, well, what the
Yeah,
hell? I put this out
that's
in
the one.
1985. You didn't have a problem with it then.
No, there was a problem with it. It's just Dave just put it out and didn't give a shit.
Oh, okay. I
And
guess that makes more sense.
at that point, Megadeth really wasn't anything yet. Like
Yeah, they weren't
it was the
huge.
debut album. Nobody, like they were underground something, but they weren't huge Megadeth
Yeah.
at that point. At the point when they re-released it, Megadeth was already fucking massive. So
Hmm.
they re-released it, and Nancy Sinatra's team was like, "Yo, if you put that out, we are going to grill your ass. So you better be a good boy and censor everything." So he had to put it out like that, and it sucked. Anyways, my number 3 is going to be Countdown to Extinction.
Nice.
Another one where there's no dull moments, no bad songs, no moments where I'm like, I could live without that one. I mean, I love everything on this. Skin of My Teeth is fantastic. Foreclosure of a Dream is fantastic.
Yeah. Nice.
I love the title track. Countdown to Extinction is great. I'm an animal lover, so that song, hits me where it fucking counts. I love the 3 song clip of High Speed Dirt,
Uh-huh.
which that bluesy thing
Yeah, it's cool.
that Marty Friedman does in the middle of that
Right, right.
is just like it comes out of nowhere. Like you don't expect Megadeth to all of a sudden turn into like George Thorogood and Destroyers, but
Right.
it's just so cool. Like that just comes out of nowhere. I
Yeah.
love that piece. And the riffs in Psychotron and Captive Honor, so goddamn good. Like Ovi said, Dave must have watched The Terminator and wrote Psychotron after that, and Captive Honor, as cheesy as it kind of gets with oh boy, your soul must belong to Jesus. Your ass gonna belong to me. As cheesy
Yeah.
as that is, it's fucking cool too because the riffs are so good and that chorus is great. There's nothing bad on Countdown to Extinction at all. This is an album where we just did our favorite summertime jams, and this album always reminds me of summertime because I got this in the summer and played it to death, much to the dismay of everybody within earshot of me that year. Number two for me is going to be Peace Sells, but who's buying? I'm starting to line up with Kristian here.
Yeah.
Another one, not a dull moment, not a bad thing I could say about it. There's no song where it's like, that one kind of sucks. Even the cover of I Ain't Superstitious is
It's
fantastic.
great. It
It's
just doesn't
fantastic.
it doesn't fit in with the pace. That's the only thing.
Every Black Friday, I listen to Good Morning Black Friday.
Yeah.
It doesn't fail. Like every year when Black Friday comes along, I listen. And again, you guys talked about the lyrics to that. Oh, just so vicious, man. Even more vicious than some Slayer lyrics,
Yeah.
honestly. It's just
Mhm.
Take
so
out the
good.
organs and cut off the head, mangle or pig.
Oh,
Yeah.
pull out the organs and
Bloodbath's
cut
my
off
way
the
of getting
head.
clean.
Oh, so good, man. Killer, intruder, homicidal man. If you see me coming, run fast as you can. It's just so catchy and so good. So
Mhm.
vicious. I love the title track, Peace Sells, of course, who doesn't? The Conjuring is fantastic. Yeah, yeah. We've already worshipped it. There's nothing bad about Peace Sells, but who's buying? It's a fucking thrash classic. And not to sound like an elitist asshole, but if you love thrash and you don't have this in your collection, you're doing it wrong. Sorry, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah, you can also get. I remember when it came out, like a 5 disc box. You get the pre mix before the final mix. You get the final mix, and you get the Paul mix, and I think the new mix. You get like 4 different mixes of the album if you get the big
Oh
one with
wow.
like a 3D artwork kind of thing on it. But now you gotta pay a lot of money for it.
Yeah, I'm sure that was a limited thing, and now it's going for probably $1,000.
Mm,
Number one, nobody's shocked. Rest in peace.
There you go.
Perfect, perfect album. There's not 1 millisecond of this that stinks. Um,
nope.
oh man, Holy Wars of Punishment Due, Hangar 18, Five Magics. I love Five Magics so much.
Right.
That's such a great fucking song. Tornado of Souls. Whenever I
Mm,
listen to this album, I have to rewind Tornado of Souls sometimes twice because I need to hear it again and again. It's
Mm.
just so goddamn catchy. And for me, Dawn Patrol is a track that whenever I'm playing out with my band, I sound check with that. So whenever, the sound guy goes, "Hey, let me get some bass," I go do 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 I always sound check with that. It's such a classic. And of course, Rust in Peace. the title track is just so fucking fantastic. I put this up against every other thrash album. And I mean Master of Puppets, I mean Seasons in the Abyss, I mean Give Me Your Favorite Anthrax album. I put this up against all the top best thrash albums because it deserves to be up there. It's a fucking classic. And again, another bounce back record. I really
Yeah.
feel like this is a big bounce back from So
Mhm.
Far, So Good, So What. It's
Yeah,
just a better album to me, in my opinion. And you get the new lineup: Marty Friedman,
Yeah.
Nick Menza. There's so much of that in Megadeth's catalog where it's like, all right, first album with the new lineup, and holy shit, it's better. Something about Dave getting new dudes that just makes the next Megadeth
that's
album.
why I'm looking forward to the new album coming up.
So am I. So am I. I've got the vibe that the next Megadeth album is going to be a lot better than The Sick, the Dying, and the Dead. Definitely.
I gotta correct myself. All the demo tracks for Rust in Peace has Chris Poland on lead guitar.
Nice.
Really?
Yeah,
Nice.
but there's only 3 or 4 because the rest is lost, and it pisses Dave Mustaine off to no end.
So another little factoid about Rust in Peace, if you read Dave Mustaine's autobiography and you
Mm-hmm.
read Slash's autobiography, Slash and Dave Mustaine were roommates at the time
Oh,
that album was being written. So
holy
they
cow!
used to fucking do heroin together and jam with each other. And they have both admitted that some of the riffs and some of the tunes on Rust in Peace are from jams that Slash and Dave Mustaine fucking hung out and wrote together. So
That's not.
there's no credits to Slash on Rust in Peace,
Mm-hmm.
but Dave Mustaine has admitted, yeah, there's definitely pieces of that album that like Slash and I wrote together, and I just kept it.
Right now, that will say that there are Dave Mustaine influences on Use Your Illusion.
Maybe.
Good
I mean,
question.
that is a very good question. Could be.
Because that was, yeah, they were making that album at the same time.
Yeah, that's right at the same time. So maybe there's Dave Mustaine influences in Use Your Illusion. There could be.
It's just funny. It's just funny to tickle your funny bone with.
Yeah, absolutely. When I read that, I'm like, really? Fucking, I could see Dave and Slash being roommates, but the fact that the two
Yeah,
of them
because
were
they're
like,
both.
yeah, we were kind of writing
Yeah.
shit together during Rust in Peace, and there's probably some of Slash's stuff involved in that. That blew my mind.
Hmm.
Yeah, it could probably be a Slash inspired him to make the No More Mr. Nice Guy cover.
Yeah, that could be too. Yeah, Slash is a big Alice Cooper guy.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. So
So
this
there,
was
there.
fun, kids.
It
I
Yes.
was.
enjoyed doing this, going back and listening to all the Megadeth records, all 16 of them. This was fucking cool.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a new rank and file soon. We're gonna have to figure out what the next band will be. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Please repost this and give us your comments down there. How do you rank all 16 of the Megadeth albums?
And remember, guys, nothing is wrong. Nothing is
That's
wrong.
right.
What you like is what you like.
Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. All right. So for the Rock Fantasy Files, Kristian, thank you for hanging out with us. Obie, thank you for hanging out with us. We are going to say goodnight, and we will see you all soon. Have a good night, everybody. Like and subscribe, repost. We love yous. Happy listening to Megadeth after this.